Do you ever feel overlooked or unnoticed? Like you're putting in the work, you're staying committed, but nobody sees you. But what if I told you that being unseen is part of God's plan and obscurity isn't necessarily a setback, but it can be a blessing at times? In this video, I'll be explaining how we can understand God's plan of obscurity and how we can trust in it. Let's waste no time and get straight into it. Ladies and gentlemen, there are Christians who battle with the feeling of being unseen, with the feeling of everybody else is being acknowledged except me. And I don't think it's talked about enough in the Christian space, because sometimes when that topic comes up, 7 times out of 10, people will sweep it under the rug and call it pride. However, that feeling of wanting to be seen, wanting to be recognized, wanting to be acknowledged is something that we experience on a day-to-day basis. Like from a secular point of view, let's say you had a college group assignment and everybody was contributing a little bit, and then you contributed a significant amount, but as they submit it, they just accidentally leave your name out and don't give you the acknowledgement that you deserve. You're obviously going to feel some kind of way. Sometimes that feeling of being unseen, it can also show up in a church setting. Like, you know, that one auntie that comes up every single week to share her testimony. Meanwhile, you are still there waiting for your breakthrough. And then on top of that, it can be quite frustrating to see other people succeed, people in your environment doing really well, and you know you have the potential to also do really well, but it feels like no opportunities are being presented to you. It feels like you're unseen. Well, my people, let me tell you 2 things. Number 1, I can relate to you heavy. Yeah, heavy. And number 2, I'm going to give you a bit of encouragement concerning the season of obscurity. So the definition of obscurity is the state of being unknown, or the quality of being unclear or difficult to understand. And the thing is, people tend to associate obscurity as a negative position to be in. They just categorize it as a bad thing. But I want to let you know, first and foremost, obscurity is not a bad season. It's a training season. Let me say one more time for the people in the back. Obscurity is not a bad season, it is a training season. It's very easy to look around you and see everybody else doing well, and you're thinking to yourself, yep, God has forgotten me. He hasn't forgotten you. He's simply just training you, because there's some things that you need to learn in the hidden season. The season of obscurity, it teaches us to depend on God and not seek validation from human beings. The hidden season, it molds us. It molds our character and prepares us for the things that are to come. Because some of us will be in our prayer room praying for blessings, praying for the sky to open and manna to fall down from the sky, and having blessings. They're all good and everything until that blessing becomes the very thing that takes you away from God. So in order to prevent that, God trains us in the season of obscurity. Now, I know some of you watching this video, you don't like the sound of training. In fact, some people during the season of training, they'll just quit because they don't see results as quickly as they want to. But I want to encourage you, because in the season of obscurity, it is a time where the trainee, you, can present evidence to the trainer, God, as to what you are capable of. The Bible tells us in Luke 16 verse 10, if you are faithful in little, you will be faithful with a lot. But if you are dishonest with a little thing, you will not be honest with larger responsibility. The season of obscurity is your way of telling God that you will be committed to the training and you will be faithful to the little that He's given to you when nobody is watching. If you can be faithful in the season of obscurity, it'll give God evidence that you will also be faithful in the public eye. So again, obscurity is not a bad season. It's a training season. The second thing we learn about the season of obscurity is the principle that God prepares in private before He promotes in public. The mistakes, the slip-ups, the mess-ups that you need to make, they happen in private so that they don't need to happen in public. Now, for the purpose of this, we're going to use the example of bread. Now, when you go to Lidl, or when you go to whatever supermarket you go to and you buy bread, the only thing you factor in is how the bread looks and the cost. That's it. But mind you, you didn't see all the other stuff that happened behind the scenes. You didn't see the flour and the yeast and the water and everything else that came together, all the ingredients that came together to make that bread. You didn't see how they made that dough, how they kneaded it and molded it and rolled it out and chucked it onto a tray and put it into the oven for it to endure immense heat just for it to rise. You didn't see all of that. All you did was go to the supermarket and buy it. But everything I described is essential for the bread to be made. Everything I described, though nobody else saw it, they only saw the final product, the finished product. It would not have been there if these things did not happen behind the scenes. The season of obscurity is a sign that God is preparing you for something and He's protecting you from stepping into something prematurely. Because I don't know about you, but I don't know anybody who's going to go to the supermarket to go buy incomplete bread. Because I definitely won't. And then you see examples of this in the Bible. David was anointed king as a teenager. He went back to go tend the sheep. God prepared him. He defeated Goliath, and all these chain of events happened all before he became king 15 years later. The same thing happened with Joseph. He had a prophetic dream. His brothers were jealous. They sold him into slavery. It took 22 years before that dream manifested. The same thing happened to Jesus. We see in the Bible that he was in the temple at 12 years of age. He was asking questions and he was displaying his understanding. And then boom, he just disappears for like 18 years. Where is he? Nowhere to be found. And then he comes back at age 30. He starts his ministry and it takes him 3 years to completely change the course of history. He was being prepared for 18 years to do something for 3. So I want to encourage you. You might feel like you're hidden. You might feel like nobody sees you, that you're basically invisible to God. But you're not. I promise you, God has not forgotten you. God that knows every hair that is numbered on your head has not forgotten you. If God is keeping you in a quiet season, it's because He's doing a work deep within you. He's training you. He's developing your faith, your character, so that you are prepared for what is to come next. So instead of asking yourself, why is nothing happening for me? What's going on? Ask yourself, what is God trying to teach me right now? Change your perspective. And then the last couple of things I'll say is this. Growing up, my mom used to always tell me to finish my food on my plate because God does not like waste. And I've come to realize that she is right. God doesn't waste. God uses every season and every time purposefully. God does not waste time. God does not waste resources. God does not waste seasons. Your season of obscurity has meaning. It has purpose. And even if you don't understand why, as far as you know you're in that season, remain faithful. Remain consistent. Remain committed to that season. Focus. Use this time to focus on being good and faithful, not being known and popular. Just like Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6, when you give, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Or when you pray, don't aim to be seen. Go to your closet, close the door, talk to your Father in private, and God, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you openly. If this video encouraged you, leave a comment, drop a like, send it to your friend, your family, your mom, your dad, your neighbor, your dog, your whatever. And let me know how you are trusting God in your season of obscurity, because right now, it's not easy for a lot of people. It's not easy for me. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Love, peace, and God bless you. Yes, sir.